Okay, so let's go back. All right, so this is the peak of the mountain. This is where all the fun stuff starts to happen, and this is where you really finally get to test your fitness, and this is the point where you really get to push things to the limit. So macro, what's going to happen and what to expect, and then we'll go into each of the workouts individually. Macro wise, you're going to do your last big fitness week. So this is going to be the last time we're going to really push our fitness levels. And then we're going to do a national simulation week based on all of that fitness. We're going to take a nice relaxed recovery week and then go right into nationals. So let's go from the top. You guys are going to notice over the next 2 weeks, your strength training is going to drop off drastically. We're going to do just a little bit of band work here and there, but outside of that, this isn't the part where we're getting much stronger. So we're going to focus specifically on what we're about to do, and a lot of that is swimming, and swimming efficiently. So let's go into some of these bigger parts. Form day, everybody recognizes at this point. I'm not going to go over it. It's just our weekly reset, and it's just getting out of the basics. So game speed day. All right, so you got your standard warm-up. Then we're going to go into our main set of 4 by 10 by 50 HOHU at CSS pace, and then 10-second recovery. So the reason we're using that 10-second recovery on the other side is because everybody's CSS pace is different, which I'm sure some of you guys have talked about at this point. The 10-second recovery is the specific recovery we want for everybody to have in between one. This does not scale or get smaller with your CSS pace. So if you have a faster CSS pace than the person next to you, you're still resting 10 seconds. So the person on the slower side is going to take a little bit longer to do this workout. That means you're doing it okay if you're doing it with a group of people that are all on different CSSs. And then that's going to be a 1-minute rest between rounds. So you're going to do 10 by 50, then you're going to take a 1-minute rest, then you're going to do that 4 times through. All right. Then we got 10 by 200 meters swim as 25 FU, 25 recovery. I want that 25 FU to be a sprint, probably about 80 to 90%, really quick tempo. Focus on fast feet coming through that. Then once you get to the other side, pop up. Your time back is your recovery. Once you hit to the wall, go back and hit it again. You're going to do that 10 by 200. So your coming back pace should be about a 5 out of 10. Something where you're just kind of kicking, catching your breath. But the second you hit the wall, you can turn it around and send it right off. And then standard 500 meter cool down. Super simple, super easy on that. We've repeated these workouts from before, so we're not going to break them down too much. The more specifics of tonight are going to be about these game simulation workouts, because these are the things that are going to really prep you going into nationals. So we got a long swim, standard stuff here. And then let's talk about these game-specific workouts. These game sim workouts are designed to be as close to replicatable as a game as we can get. All right. For anybody who's played this sport long enough, it is almost impossible to replicate a game without doing it while swimming. So keep that in mind while you're doing these things, and that's going to give you a better reference for the tempo you should be doing everything at. All right. So 15-minute game-specific warm-up. All you're doing here is warming up as if you would on game day. So if you have your own very specific routine, let's say you get into the water, dunk your goggles, you know you spit right then left. As you get that in, you know they have to fit on a specific way. You measure your fins appropriately, as in you put it on, wiggle around, maybe I need to duct tape this toe so it fits a little bit better. That type of stuff I want done during this warm-up, so that when we finally get to it on game day, you feel comfortable and you feel calm and you feel relaxed. Now, with that one, I'm going to take a pause. And does anybody have any questions on what I mean by that game-specific warm-up? Cool. Does anybody have any specific ideas that they like to do? So, an example for me, before I do my game stuff type scenario, I wrap everything up, and then I dump in the pool, and I sit upside down for about 15 seconds. And the reason I do that is make sure my mask is extra tight, nothing's popping in, And that's going to be kind of my scenario that I'm like, all right, now we're starting to get into game day. Does anybody have any of those they want to share? I'm going to call on somebody. We'll do it classroom style. Let's see. Tristan, you've been in the game long enough. What you got for us? Okay. Awesome. So, do you feel that that puts you in a game space of, hey, we're about to do business? Or do you feel that this is just your everyday warm up? Okay. Okay, fair enough. So once you start doing 5 or 6 sprints, that's when you feel like it starts to become in business time. All right, I like that. So with that one being said, thank you, Tristan. I want everybody to take some mental notes while they're doing their warm-ups, and they warm up before practices in particular. What are different types of things that you do that you don't quite notice? And kind of turn everything on. But let's get into this workout itself. So here's what your main set's going to be. It is going to be, yeah, go ahead, Lyndon. Yeah. Lyndon, let me ask you on that note, how long do you think it took you to make that as everyday process in your warm up? Well, I meant in your competition warm ups. How long did that become normal for you? Okay. So, yeah, on that note, it took you what then? We're talking almost 18 years to be able to master that? Okay. Okay. I love that. So, with that one, you guys can blatantly steal Lyndon's if you want and hold your breath for a minute and a half and maybe picture everything around you. And what he's talking about is visualization. And that's visualizing the game before it happens. So that way, when you get in those scenarios, you recognize them a lot sooner and a lot quicker. And yeah, go ahead. being said, Rhett's normal get together and get everything down is becoming very relaxed and very comfortable in doing his everyday things. Because I can tell you, I've been playing with Rhett long enough, he does double check that his suit's tied before every game. So, with that being said, there's an opposite side to it where Lyndon means all business and Rhett just kind of wants to relax and get into his flow state. So, with those two ideas, take some practice time and figure out which one's you. So in this workout, we've got 13 by 45 seconds and 15 seconds recovery. So when you're doing this cardio workout, whatever you're doing it on, so let it be a treadmill, let it be a bike, insert your favorite device at this point, rower. You're going to do 45 seconds as aggressive as you can, and then 15 seconds recovery. Now, there are two different schools of thought. There are people that are all about training with their breath while they're doing these, and they hold their breath for that whole 45 seconds and only breathe the 15. I don't recommend that one. I'm of the other school of thought. Breathe the whole time, and we'll save for breathing stuff for the water, all right? Because there's some people that have done way too far on these. So with these, focus on your breathing, get everything under control. Don't hold your breath every single one. We'll do that in the pool. So 45 seconds on, 15 seconds recovery. You're going to do that 13 times, 3-minute recovery. Then we're going to do 30 seconds all out, 30 seconds recovery. The reason that we're doing everything in increments of 13 is because... Anybody? That's how long halves are. Exactly. Thank you, Richard. It's how long the halves are. So you're going to do 13 minutes on, 3 minutes recovery, 13 minutes off, or 13 minutes on again. Then we're going to take a 10-minute recovery after this one. You get 10 minutes of absolutely whatever you want. Then we're going to bang it out one more time. Top to bottom, you get to do the whole workout again. All right? Biggest key is that 10-minute recovery. So what we're trying to do is get as many games as we can into your body as efficiently as possible so that it'll have all those reps under its belt and it'll know how to react during the time that we get into these game scenarios a lot more often. And it won't be your first breath is, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, we're playing hockey, we're playing hockey. It'll be just calm and relaxed because your body knows what to do under those scenarios. That's our first game sim workout. We are only doing one this week, where next week you're going to see a few more. Then you got your standard swim sprints. Nothing crazy on these, just our standard sprint day. Puck work, no excuses. I think it's pretty straightforward, all right? Form day, weekly reset. Then we got our long swim, all right? This is one of our longer swims that we've done. It's going to be 10 by 500 meter kick. I want that in fins. And you can do it with a buoy if you want. You can do it snorkel. Doesn't matter to me. But it's going to be a gnarly day. And then we're going to take a rest day. Reason we're taking a rest day on Wednesday is because if you notice on our Nationals week, we're going to take that Wednesday rest day, and then we're going to have form day right afterwards. And that is why we are replicating it just before, so that you know going into it what to expect. Biggest thing I want for all of you to focus on during this weekend is one, going to be nutrition. So put into your body what you're going to do at Nationals. Don't be that person that shows up and just goes, you know what, we can slam whatever, and then Rhett gives you a concoction of whatever and says it's got electrolytes in it and it's good for you. You have way too much of it, your stomach's upset, and then now you're throwing up on the side. We've all known that person. So don't be that person. Be the person that knows what's going on and knows what's happening. So whatever nutrition you're going to take, practice it during this weekend. Anybody have any great nutrition tips that completely changed their game over the years? Other than drinking a lot more water than expected. Eric, you got anything you want to toss in here for the youngins? No dairy during the tournament? Or just in general? Okay. Okay. So no dairy from Eric. Let's see. Chai, you've been around the block a time or two. Anything you change up for nationals? Okay. Okay. So no caffeine the week before. Maybe that's something somebody else tries. Rhett, anything you want to toss in here? Ooh. That's bold. That's awesome. All right, so you guys got a couple tips there. You all know your bodies better than we do. This is the weekend, though, to test everything that you have in mind. If you're a banana person, you're like, you know what? I'm going to slam 4 bananas a day. This is your time to do it and try it and see how it settles with your body. All right, with that being said, let's get into the workouts themselves. So, a standard warm-up, standard breath hold warm-up, nothing crazy, but this workout itself was inspired by a good friend named Kendall Banks. And then I will tell you a story of Max on this one. So, Kendall said one of his favorite workouts before tournament was 100 by 25 FU. That is what I give to you guys. This is a passing down from Kendall. You can ask him all about it. Max told me one time he did 125 FU all on the 25. You're welcome to do it if you'd like. But with this being said, it's 125 FUs. You can do them however you want. If you want to try and muscle your way through it and just do them on the 25s or the 30s and try to get through, you do you. If you want to do them in sets of 10s, 20s, however, what this is going to do, the biggest thing that I love about this workout is you do so much breath work that your diaphragms and lungs are going to be worked afterwards because you're going to just be constantly holding your breath over and over and over. Most practices you play, you don't even get 125 FUs worth. So, this is going to be a fun workout for you guys. Enjoy. Then, we're going to go into Sim Day 2. This is when things are going to start to ramp up a little bit more. So, you got your standard warm-up here. Then we're going to go into the main sets. So, you're going to do 10 by 100 meter FU, 1 breath at each wall. You can do this as if you want to do it with no breaths, but it's intended to be done at a little bit faster pace. That's why we're allowing you 1 breath at each wall. And then you're going to do a 30-second recovery between each one. You got 10 by 100 of those, or 100 meters worth of them. So, with that being said, I intend it to be just a healthy, clean breath, drop back down to the other side, pop up, and then back down. Trying to keep the tempo up throughout each of those. You're then going to take a 3-minute recovery. Then we're going to go into the next one. It's going to be 20 by 50 meter FU, 1 breath on each wall. Goal is to be about the same tempo as before. Don't let it drop off. So whatever tempo you set at the top, you got to keep throughout the workout. Then you're going to take a 15-second recovery, 3-minute recovery, then 25 by 25 FU, full sprints, 10-second recovery between each. With this one, your time and intensity are going to slow in throughout that last little bit. I'm okay with that. Again, our goal is to simulate hard, aggressive games here. So they're going to be fast, they're going to be quick, and some of this may be a little bit more taxing than the actual games are, but that's our goal. So that when you guys are playing the games and you look up at the clock after a timeout and you see there's 3 minutes on the clock, and you look at the other team and they're huffing and puffing and you're breathing under control, you know those last 5 goals in 3 minutes are going to be easy. All right? 1,000-meter kick, 500-meter cool down. And then you guys got your puck work. No excuses, as you know. Sim Day 3. This is going to be a gnarly workout, and you know what? I appreciate all of you that make it through it. So, standard warm-ups going into it. Now, this is going to be simulating the finals, and it's also going to be doing it after you played the semis. So before you even start the main workout, you've got 2 by 1,000-meter kick, all right? Just to get the legs on and nice and going, all right? With this one, conversation pace, nothing crazy. So if you're just hanging out with somebody or you're listening to music, that's a great tempo on these. I'm not looking for anything quick on the 1,000 meters. Then take as long as you need to get set, probably about 3 to 5 minutes. We're going to go into the final simulation. So you got 2 by 25 FU sprint, 1 breath on the wall. Sprint down, pop up, 1 breath, sprint back. 10-second recovery. Then you're going to go 5 by 200-meter ho-hoo. All right. Now, think of how fast you did those sprints at. Try to keep that tempo up. I don't want you sprinting, but you should be hustling back to the goal after every single swim. That's what I want you to picture for these. So, hustle back, drop, give it some gas, hit the wall. Same thing, back and forth. You guys are going to take a 30-second recovery after each of those. So after each 200-meter, 30-second recovery, that's you hitting the box. All right? Once you get done with those, you're going to immediately go into the 4 by 25 FU sprints. 1 on the wall, 1 breath on the wall, just like before. This may be a little bit slower pace because you're chilling after this, but you're also coming straight out of the box. So take your side of it. 3-minute recovery, or sorry, I already did that. We're doing it twice. 3-minute recovery, 4 by 25 FU to start this one off. So once you hit through this, that's the break in your first half. Does anybody have any questions about that first half? I know it's a lot going on. Nope. Cool. All right, you're going to take your 3-minute recovery. Then we're going to go into the second half. Same thing, 4 by 25 sprint, 1 breath on the wall. This is at the start of the half, so it should be a very fast one. 30-second recovery. 5 by 100-meter hoo-ho. So we're going under then over. Everybody knows this one. 10 seconds recovery. 30-second recovery. 2 by 25 sprints. That's us coming out of the box, getting hot and heavy. 30-second recovery. Then we go back with just a 25-meter FU. So you're dropping down your sprint. So imagine chasing that puck down all the way into the opponent's goal. Once you hit that wall, you're going to go straight into 300 meters ho-hoo. Then we got 25 FU again. So the second you finish that 300 meters, you drop, do yourself an FU. Then you are done. You made it. Because that last drop is taking you to the house and you're scoring the game winner, baby. You can take this time to visualize what that's going to be. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the next 2 weeks of workouts. Does anybody have any questions? The floor is open. All right. Well, if nobody has questions, I'm going to stick around for a few minutes. I'll open the floor to Rhett, Lyndon, Maddie, if anybody wants to say anything inside of here and send us off on our way. But afterwards, I'll be around for a few more minutes if anybody has any questions. Yeah. Eric, can you send me those videos and then I can post them in here so we can set skills and drills for the day. So inside the puck work, they can just watch the video. Got it. Mm-hmm. Love it. I want an around the world personally, Eric, but that's just me. I don't know if anybody else is requesting that one. Cool. Well, awesome. You guys are welcome to roll out. I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes. If anybody has any questions, the floor is open. That's okay. It is going, and shoot me an email, Holly, and I'll send you an invite. Just shoot me an email and label the subject Slack, and I gotcha. Cool. Well, thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you around. And if you guys do have any questions about any of this as you're going into it, or if you need me to reiterate some of these key points throughout this, feel free to let me know, and I totally got you. Awesome.